Hi, my friends. Welcome back. I'm happy to see you again, even though, like I say every time, I'm not really seeing you, but I'm happy you're seeing me. Today, you're going to notice something very interesting behind me. Look. Notice anything? A lot of pandas. If any of you have met my daughter Kelly, you probably already know that she loves pandas. And these pandas here, these stuffed pandas, are just a few of the pandas we have in our house. We have so many pandas, we could probably open up our own panda stuffed animal store. But these are some of her pandas. And she loves pandas so much that she actually contacted the San Diego Zoo a long time ago and gave her allowance money that she earned for helping around the house, doing extra things that we needed help with, like cleaning the bathroom or helping out in the kitchen or putting things in the dishwasher. Things that she did to help out, she earned a little money, and she decided that she loved pandas so much that she wanted to give money to help the pandas. And she called the San Diego Zoo, and they told her about an organization that helped animals. And I will get you the name for it because I don't know at this moment. But she adopted a panda, and they sent her a picture of her panda that she adopted with the little panda baby that it had. And I don't know what she named this panda, but Kelly, you can see, loves pandas so much that she adopted her own panda. So she sends a little bit of money every now and then, and it helps take care of these pandas. So today, I know we talked a little bit about pandas in another one of our books, but today I'm going to read you a book just about pandas, and it's going to be really interesting because there's a lot about pandas that you probably don't know. And there's a good chance that you're going to learn some interesting things that maybe your parents didn't even know about pandas. So I'm going to show you the picture. See? These are a lot of pandas in the wild. They are not in a zoo. They are in the wild. Giant pandas once roamed free across China. And here they are in China, roaming free in the wild. But something happened. But in recent years, their habitat, which means their home, became much smaller. The number of pandas has become much smaller too. There have been a lot of growth in China, which means more people and more buildings. So that means there's less room for the giant pandas to live because they're pretty big. In 1963, that was a long time ago. I wasn't even born yet, so you know it was a long time ago. The National Nature Reserve opened high in the mountains of China. Once on a reserve, no one can cut down the trees to build big highways. No one can hunt for pandas. All they can do is let the pandas live there happy and free. Look at all those mountains. They can live there happy and free. Other people wanted to do more. So the World Wildlife Fund, a group that protects wildlife, worked to create other places and make sure there were forests where pandas could live as well. So the World Wildlife Fund helps all sorts of endangered animals. And endangered means that they might disappear. They might disappear, and we don't want them to disappear, so we have to find places for them to live where they are protected. And I believe that's where Kelly actually adopted her panda. One of the pandas that was living on one of the protected spaces that the Worldwide Wildlife Foundation put together. In 1980, scientists started the Wolong Giant Panda Breeding Center. The breeding center is similar to a zoo. It has indoor and outdoor spaces for the pandas. It also has a nursery for baby pandas. So if you have a baby sister or brother, you probably have a nursery in your house, and that's where your baby brother or sister probably sleeps at night, and they have a nursery for the baby pandas too. It isn't easy to take care of the babies. It isn't easy to take care of our babies either, right? They cry a lot, they need food, they need to be taken care of. It's a lot, right? Sometimes a mother panda is not able to care for her cub. When the cubs are born, they don't look like pandas at all. They are pink, they are tiny, not much bigger than a tiny little hot dog. Look at that. That panda almost looks like a baby puppy. Look how big the mommy is and look how tiny the baby is. The scientists take good care of the cubs. They take notes on everything. And they wear special blue lab coats, special outfits or uniforms to take care of the pandas, to keep themselves clean and neat. They don't bring any germs. We're talking a lot about germs lately into the babies. Soon, there were many healthy young pandas, but the scientists were still worried. The number of pandas living in the wild was still very low. The scientists agreed they would let the cubs that were born in Wulong into the wild. But would a panda know what to do when they went from their tiny little nursery home into the wild? Would they know? I don't know. How would they find out? So the scientists decided to start with just one cub named Tao Tao. Tao Tao and his mother, Cow Cow, lived in a special area on the reserve. Here his mother could take care of him. Here she could teach him how to live in the wild. See? Isn't that cute? Just like behind me. See? Cow Cow and Tao Tao. Just like we have here. Now, isn't this funny? Do those look like pandas? They do, but there's something a little bit strange about them too, isn't there? I'm going to tell you what's strange about them right now. The scientists wanted to check on Tao Tao as he was growing, but they didn't want the cub to see people. Panda cubs do not see people in the wild. So the scientists took off their blue lab coats and put on giant panda suits. How funny is that? They had a lot of panda suits too. Look at this. When Tao Tao needed to go to the center for a checkup, the scientists carried him in a tub. This way the cub could not see people. See? They carried him in a little tub and they were dressed like pandas. Tao Tao didn't know he was special. He didn't know the scientists had big plans for him. He was like any other giant panda cub. He liked playing with his mother. He liked to tumble and roll. He liked to investigate the world, right? He liked to play and tumble and roll and investigate. Wonder who's in there. Just like that. The scientists knew Tao Tao was special. They made sure he was growing well. They checked his teeth. They weighed him. They measured him. But sometimes it was hard to hold Tao Tao with panda mittens on, so the scientists used their bare hands. See? They're weighing him and measuring him. Look, just making sure that he's healthy and growing well. Tao Tao was adventurous. Like other pandas, he learned to climb trees when he was about 6 months old. His mom helped him. Climbing is a good skill. It can keep a panda safe. The cub really liked to climb. Once, when it was time for his checkup, Tao Tao scampered up the tree. He made the scientists wait over 4 hours in their panda suits. He was a silly little panda, wasn't he? He certainly was. He was a silly panda. The scientists watched Tao Tao closely, and next the scientists took Tao Tao to a training area higher in the mountains. The ground was a little rockier. It would be harder to find food. It was another test to see if he would be ready to live on his own. Luckily, he still had Cow Cow to help him. Right? It's a little bit of a test. I bet he's going to do just fine. After he turns 2, the scientists at Wolong will decide if Tao Tao is ready to be released into the wild. Until then, they'll keep hoping and wearing their panda suits. So what do you think is going to happen? You think he's going to do okay and learn everything in time and do okay on his own? I think he will. I think the panda is going to do just fine. And I think he's going to have so much fun climbing those trees and tumbling and rolling and doing all the things that pandas like to do. Well, I hope today you learned a little bit about pandas. I hope you enjoyed seeing Kelly's panda collection. And I'm telling you, this is only part of it. There are many, many more. And I'm certain she probably even has a name for every one of these. Just like you probably have names for all of your stuffed animals. But she hasn't told me what they are, so I can't tell you. I'm pretty sure there's one of them's name is Rose, and there's a Penny. But if you want, maybe you could make up names. And maybe you could send me names for these pandas. You could email me some names for the pandas, and I will share them with Kelly and see what she thinks. And maybe she will rename some of these pandas because she'll like the names you chose so much more. We'll see what happens. I can't guarantee it, but we can try. All right. Miss you all. Hope to see you soon. Stay well.